weather. It governs our world, bringing life, death, and destruction.
God damn it, go back.
We're fine.
Oh my God! It's drowning!
Wow. World's deadliest weather is back. Bigger and badder. This time we include deadly natural disasters.
One of the most terrifying moments of my life.
Featuring earth-shattering quakes.
Yo ahí vi pasar toda mi vida, pero yo pensé que ya no la iba a lograr.
I saw an entire building collapse.
It was like something out of a movie.
And volcanoes.
It looks like all of my wildest dreams.
Using people's extraordinary self-shot footage.
We're gonna die, dude! We gotta get out of here! Mason, get away from the windows now!
And their death-defying stories.
I remember instantly thinking, I just watched her die.
I had to turn on my inner stunt driver and just get out of there quick.
I thought I was gonna burn alive.
We go eyeball to eyeball with Mother Nature.
It's crazy! It's crazy! Come on!
And witness up close
Get on there!
the all-consuming power of the elements.
The mountain was coming to get us.
Flash right there! This place is just hell.
It was just horrific.
I had never in my life experienced anything like that.
Everybody take cover!
Hey. Coming up in this episode. Portugal is besieged by hundreds of devastating wildfires.
Ninguém sabia o que havia de fazer. E foi caos, terror total.
A freakish waterspout has American beachgoers running for their lives.
It's insane how a beautiful day can just quickly turn into a really dangerous situation.
And a huge Australian flood triggers the biggest evacuation in Queensland's history.
There was a gentleman in his 70s. The water was literally lipping just an inch or two below the top of the bed.
In 2017, a heat wave descended on Europe that was so hot and evil, it was named Lucifer.
I can tell you that it is over 45 Celsius. Lucifer is around, and tomorrow's going to be hotter.
As the continent roasted, the fuse was lit for an explosion of wildfires. None worse than those that raged across Portugal. On October the 15th, on the A17 motorway near Vagos, military officer and reserve firefighter Renato Teixeira became aware of trouble ahead.
Ia para exercício militar, que era de uma duração de 15 dias. Comecei a ver assim umas chamazinhas nas bermas da autoestrada.
Que é isto? Ai, que é isto?
Aquela sensação de onde é que eu estou, onde é que eu me vim meter, que esta estrada não estava fechada. As chamas tinham cerca de 20 metros de altura.
Que calor! Está a entrar para dentro do carro.
Eu coloquei a mão no vidro e ele estava muito quente.
Ai, que calor! Ai, que é isto?
Comecei a ficar em pânico porque eram as chamas, eram aquelas fagulhas todas no meio da estrada.
Não! Ai!
Me sentir encurralado, como um rato num labirinto, sem saber para onde ir.
Isto é um inferno.
Ou para trás ou para a frente. Para trás, corria o risco de ter um acidente, de bater de frente contra outra viatura. E depois a única opção foi mesmo para a frente.
Making the situation more dangerous were strong winds from Hurricane Ophelia, fanning the flames. as the tinder-dry conditions sparked hundreds of forest fires. In Entroncamento, Arlindo Marques was on red alert.
Vinha um incêndio no monte. Eu percebi-me que, de certeza que aquele fogo ia chegar a outra aldeia chamada Queixo Perra. Agarrei na minha moto, arranquei lá para a aldeia. Eu, quando cheguei por menor lá em cima, todos... Eu ouvi, acudam, acudam, acudam. Os habitantes já andavam com mangueiras a regar, e, portanto, a molhar os telhados, a molhar as casas. Já estava tudo molhado, à espera do monstro.
Estão aqui estes homens, estes voluntários, e é o que está aqui para defender a Casperra.
De repente, começou a vir um vento muito complicado, um vento rodopiava. E atrás vem aquelas chamas horríveis, aquelas chamas. Ela a queimar a montanha direita à aldeia, talvez tivesse 80 metros, e depois na montanha. Então, começou-se a fazer de noite. O fumo era tanto. Não se via nada, nós praticamente não nos vimos uns aos outros. Nós não conseguíamos respirar. Senti que ia desmaiar, até senti que dá-me aqui alguma coisa. Ficamos cercados de fogo. Foi o fim do mundo.
Isto é um inferno.
Back on the burning corridor that was the A17 motorway, conditions were only getting worse for Renato.
Parece que o mundo todo desapareceu. A minha visão funilou para a frente e tenho que ir em frente.
Está tudo a arder! Ah, não!
Tinha só aqueles 6 metros que eu vi Alcatrão, o resto era tudo fumo. Fiquei sem a visibilidade. Então eu estava a andar e estava-me a guiar pelas luzes do outro carro. Depois, se ele para, eu bato, se está mais qualquer coisa, a gente...
Não parem, não parem, não parem, não parem, não parem, não parem, não parem. Ui!
Fiquei uma estátua, onde fiquei assim completamente em pânico e eu, o que é que eu vou fazer? E não vou, acho que não vou conseguir passar.
Ai, as portagens estão todas a arder.
Quando eu vi as portagens, pensei que elas tinham caído e estavam no meio da estrada.
Não! Ia, que calor! Ah! Ai, que é isto?
Foi o carro à minha frente, travou, me provocou um susto. Foi tão perigoso como se eu não me tivesse desviado eu tinha batido. Ficávamos lá os dois. Depois acabei por seguir em frente. Ainda me vi à vontade com 1 hora dentro dessa povoação para conseguir arranjar um caminho para sair de lá.
As Renato managed to escape the inferno, in Queixo Perra, Arlindo was in the thick of it. As he, a handful of villagers, and 1 fire engine battled flames roaring over 200 feet high.
Os bombeiros estavam na primeira linha de defesa da aldeia, ficou completamente cercada. Cada um tentou salvar o que era deles, ninguém podia ajudar os outros. Nós temos que recuar, porque o calor é imenso na cara. Imenso. Aquelas fagulhas que pareciam estrelas cadentes, rente às orelhas, a bater nos olhos, a gente com medo que até se incendiasse alguma coisa na gente.
Os homens a combater. Isto é horrível.
As fagulhas saltavam 50 metros e começavam a arder em todo lado ao mesmo tempo. Nós não se conseguia segurar porque agarrava-se no chão. Ninguém sabia o que havia de fazer. Aquilo foi um caos, um terror total.
É dantesco. Isto é o fim do mundo. Bombeiros, isto é o inferno.
O fogo conseguiu salvar as casas. O fogo comeu tudo. Muita sorte tivemos nós e não tem morrido ninguém.
Later, with large swathes of Portugal ablaze, even professional firefighters were getting ambushed.
20 segundos, desde que analisei a situação até chegar à gente.
Olha, estou a ouvir pessoas lá em cima.
And civilians join the rescue effort as the country goes up in smoke.
Fomos surpreendidos pela velocidade com que os acontecimentos tomaram a dimensão.
Our sun, it gives us life and energy. But when it burns bright, the heat can be suffocating,
Oh, let's go see. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
leading to all manner of innovative ways to cool off.
She needs to come look.
In baking Tennessee, it can be unbearable if you're wearing a thick fur coat.
Oh, he's gonna eat the glue. No, 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 no.
So this black bear grabs his chance of a refreshing dip. There's only one problem, though. Sharp claws and blow-up paddling pools is a recipe for disaster.
She's huge. He's chilling at least.
Here's a guy in Russia who's hell-bent on going native.
This is to all of you who say I'm not a real Russian.
There's at least 4 feet of snow outside, so I wonder what he's got in store. After a wee tot to fortify mind and body, he's ready to cool off. It all appears very tough and manly, until the icy snow infiltrates those tender nether regions. In Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam, you get the double whammy of heat and humidity. So if you're a fluffy white pup, it can be insufferable. This man's bizarre solution, probably inadvisable. It's a cool box with a difference. Although, for some, dog meat is considered a delicacy in Vietnam. But this man has assured us they aren't destined for his pot. Finally, these young motocross enthusiasts are heading out into the Nevada desert in the height of summer. With temperatures well over 40 degrees, this dry, barren land is one of the most hostile places on Earth. So imagine their surprise when in the middle of nowhere, they stumble across this man.
How long you been out here, bro?
He's clearly suffering from advanced stages of dehydration and heat stroke.
We found him. Get some water.
Apparently, he had a quad bike accident.
How long you been out here? Since last night. No water? Oh, dude.
Even weirder, he's the football coach of one of his rescuers.
You all right, bud? Yeah?
Still, he manages to bounce back and make a full recovery. Carolina Beach on the U.S. eastern seaboard. With nostalgic North Carolina charm, miles of pristine sand, and warm ocean, it's always been a favorite spot for holidaymakers. Back in August 2011, Jeremy Kessler and family were enjoying a typical holiday.
Carolina Beach is a great summer place that we like to visit. It's typical of an Atlantic beach with good water, lots of sand, good atmosphere, and a lot of fun to be had by all. We visit probably 3 or 4 times a year.
As a regular, Jeremy knows the area inside out, but on August the 18th, a freak of nature would leave him flabbergasted.
It was a typical beach day, hot in the morning, very sunny, with loads of humidity. After lunch, though, we could tell that a storm front was moving in.
As thundery cumulus clouds mixed with the warm ocean below, to Jeremy's astonishment, a rare waterspout sprang to life.
Whoa, I've never seen anything like that in my life. It was just so out of this world. But what we were seeing was a very thin funnel cloud slowly coming down from the sky to touch the water, which was just something that was almost alien to me, seeing that happen.
Here we are at Carolina Beach. It is really a swirling tube of air. That is amazing.
I'd say the bottom of the waterspout was probably 100 to 150 feet wide. You can see right through it, but yet the suction is still there and the debris is spinning around.
You can see at the top the rotation of the clouds around it.
It gave you a sense of safety because of how slow it was moving. And so that meant that a lot of people were still standing on the beach watching it.
One of the beach spectators was Noah Strafford.
That's pretty sweet.
He, his dad and sisters, had fallen under the spell of this whirling column of water.
Dad, can you feel it whipping water around?
We weren't nervous, but we were just kind of excited, just trying to figure out what was going on.
Oh my God.
It was getting bigger as it got closer to the shore. I was pretty mesmerized by it. In the moment, you're just like, wow, this is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be able to witness this. This is really cool.
Dang!
While witnessing a waterspout is exceptional, even rarer is one that makes landfall. Up in his apartment, Jeremy couldn't tear himself away as it loomed ever closer.
Oh, you gotta see this. That is amazing.
Jeremy, you need to get in.
This way a minute. Place to hush.
My wife was definitely expressing her concern loudly, and I was still dismissive. Oh, it's fine. It's right there.
It's going that way.
Get inside!
When you're in that moment, you just don't care.
Get inside now!
It came in fast and furious. That's when panic set in and people ran.
Put the surfboards.
Yeah, I hope you're good.
First thing that it was picking up was the sand, and it was hurling it around really fast. It was like bee stings. Sent some boogie boards flying into the air.
Look at the boogie board. Oh my God. Oh, that's sweet.
And you could tell that it easily had the strength to pick up a person.
Oh my God.
That's when somebody screamed at me to get off the lifeguard stand.
Hey, buddy, I want to flag up to Let's go down.
And so I just jumped down and started running with my dad and my sisters.
Run, run! Go, go, go. Run, Sarah! This way, this way. Back, Sarah, come here! Come here!
Adrenaline was wondering if you're gonna actually be picked up by this monstrous waterspout. That's when you realize just how powerful it was.
The Carolina waterspout was both mesmerizing and potentially deadly, generating winds up to 70 miles per hour.
All right, here's a walkway that was destroyed. Wow, there's bits of it spread all over the place.
Fortunately, it blew itself out a quarter of a mile inland without causing any serious injuries.
After being a part of that, you definitely have a real respect for what weather can do. It's insane how a beautiful day can just quickly turn into a really dangerous situation. I think I got really lucky to capture it on video.
Oh, that's sick. Let's check on them.
Just really cool that I got to experience that in real life.
Holidays, a time to relax, have fun, and let your hair down. But our weather gods can turn a slice of heaven into hell. On the Greek island of Rhodes, on a cloudless day, these holidaymakers are ambushed by a tiny tornado snaking across the pool. As it hits the loungers, parasols are whisked airborne, creating mayhem. You could say it sparked a mini Greek tragedy. In Japan, the snowboarder is having a blast, filming himself surfing underneath the chairlift. But his obsession with getting the perfect shot proves a dangerous distraction. And a bit like the panto, it's behind you. Luckily, his helmet saves him from a cracked nut. This summer cruise ship has either lost its way or it's caught up in a violent storm. As thunder crashes above decks, a single bolt zaps down, scoring a direct hit and probably frying the boat's electrics. Ah well, it'll be cold soup on the menu tonight. Life's not much better on the beach in Ukraine. The sun worshippers have had somewhat of a rude awakening as hailstones bombard down. As the storm intensifies, it threatens to blast everything into oblivion. Putting any prospects of sunbathing on ice. While in the Caucasus, extreme temperatures have sent this chairlift in Georgia haywire. It's gone into overdrive, backwards. As the skiers are flung about like rag dolls, this is the very definition of a holiday from hell. Mercifully, no one suffered anything worse than broken bones. Still to come.
Coming across the freeway in front of us.
Right in front of us.
A Californian mudslide slams into a busy freeway, burying hundreds of vehicles.
Just terrifying. I thought, oh my gosh, that thing's gonna hit us.
And massive Australian floods snare some incredibly vulnerable victims.
And seeing a mum with a baby really tore at the heart.
Earlier, we saw how in 2017, Portugal's baking hot summer sparked an explosion of massive wildfires.
Acabei por me sentir encurralado, como rato num labirinto, sem saber para onde ir.
Isto é inferno.
On August the 12th, on the reservoir Castelo do Bode, Telmo Rodriguez was taking his family on a vacation boat trip when he became aware of a looming disaster.
Nós estávamos calmamente nos dias de férias, verão em Portugal.
Olha ali, olha.
Tudo estava bem até começarmos a ver uma pequena coluna de fumo.
Nós vamos começar a sentir o calor, não está para muito.
Apercebi-me que o fogo estava a caminhar da zona de serra para a zona de água.
A gente vai, está segura, porque assim, estamos no meio da água, nunca nos pode, o fogo nunca chega aqui dentro.
Esse fator era o mais assustador porque levou-nos tempo. Algo que nós víamos a 3, 4, 5 quilómetros não levava mais do que 2 ou 3 minutos para chegar até nós. Fomos então perto, estávamos com um meio de fuga fácil. Nós vimos a uma altura que entre os automóveis que saíam de casa e que voltavam, que gritavam, que chamavam umas pelas outras.
Olha, estou a ouvir pessoas lá em cima.
E algumas vozes que se aproximavam.
Olha, vamos buscá-las.
E nessa altura que nos aproximamos mais, vemos que vem a gritar. Fomos surpreendidos a velocidade com que os acontecimentos tomaram a dimensão.
Telmo was witnessing the horror of just one of 8,000 blazes that raged across Portugal in 2017. As emergency services across the country battled to contain the catastrophe. On August the 16th, near Alhandra, sibling firefighters Catarina Caetano and Pedro Pires were responding to yet another crisis.
A nossa missão era ir ajudar os colegas que estavam numa aldeia. No caminho que nós tomávamos, fomos surpreendidos.
Eu, entretanto, olho para a direita e vejo tipo um tornado de fogo. E foi aí que eu percebi que aquilo ia acontecer.
Então mas chegaste a brincar comigo ou quê?
A wall of flames had erupted in front of Catarina and Pedro. Their only option was to reverse fast. But blocking their escape were these 7 fire engines behind them.
20 segundos, desde que analisei a situação até chegar à gente. Eu, quando fiquei mais agitado, fiquei assim exatamente para fazer as pessoas movimentarem-se mais rápido. Eu começo a gritar para ele se despachar e realmente fez com que as pessoas se despertassem e começassem a andar para trás. O veículo também não pode estar assim exposto ao calor tanto tempo. Tem bastante calor dentro do carro, que já estamos a levar ali que é cheiro.
Para trás, continua. O ar vem mesmo muito quente, é quase como se estivéssemos a tocar nas chamas. Acho que todo o momento com algum certo nível de pânico parece que passa horas naquele momento, mas a gente depois reflete e passaram apenas uns segundos.
Esta situação foi uma das situações perigosas que eu já passei no jungle.
Olha, ela continua aqui.
Se a gente fosse 30 segundos mais à frente, tudo aquilo tinha corrido mal. Tinha sido mesmo apanhado pela frente principal.
Todos. Tínhamos sido todos.
É o segundo em 3 dias.
The Alhandra fire crew had only just dodged a bullet. 60 miles north, on the Castelo do Bode Reservoir, as a group of holidaymakers were fleeing for their lives, Telma Rodriguez's pleasure boat had suddenly become a vital lifeboat.
Pessoas que vieram em caminho de fuga. Vemos então que descem descalços, em fato de banho, e é aí que nós conseguimos chegar à margem para que eles pudessem sair. De um momento para o outro, algo que eu nunca tinha visto. Não conseguia perceber o que condições eram. Eu vejo essa coluna de fumo que desaba. Penso que é chamado um down brush, em que essa coluna cai e vemos que as nuvens de fumo correm atrás de nós e com meio tornado, que se vem por cima de água com agitação, e aí nós tivemos que fugir. Temos que fugir com tanta velocidade, porque no fundo nós estávamos na água e que o melhor sítio para estar quando há um incêndio do que estar na água. O fumo sufocava.
O gás, podíamos ficar ali.
Acontece uma coisa com os motores, pá. Não tem oxigênio. No dia seguinte, voltámos ao local para relativizar tudo relativamente ao fenómeno, ao local. Nada que não fosse preto. Eram casas, eram automóveis. Todos os elementos que faziam parte daquela paisagem tinham sido dizimados.
The ferocious wildfires from June to October 2017 will leave an indelible stain on Portugal's history. A record 106 people died and thousands of properties were destroyed, prompting the government to call 3 days of mourning.
Nestes anos todos eu nunca vi incêndios a andarem, por exemplo, quilómetros num curto espaço de tempo. Foi o ano que houve muito civil morto e que a gente não conseguiu cumprir com os nossos objetivos. Foi salvar as pessoas. Penso que o ano 2017 vai ser um ano negro sempre marcado nos bombeiros.
Queensland, Australia, January 2013. The remnant of Cyclone Oswald was pounding the state with strong winds and torrential rain. As floodwaters began to rise, helicopter rescue crew member Rick Harvey knew he was in for a tough time.
Our aircraft is basically a flying ambulance, so we crew the aircraft with a pilot, aircrew officer, a doctor and a intensive care flight paramedic. We basically cover the whole southeast of Queensland. Oswald was an interesting cyclone. Once it died down a bit and became ex-tropical cyclone, we had an amazing amount of rain. We did have an idea that we might have some major flooding.
Worst hit was the area around the city of Bundaberg. The Burnett River rose 30 feet, bursting its banks, flooding 2,000 houses. 40-mile-per-hour currents threatening to rip them from their foundation.
The initial calls that we got was just south of Bundaberg in an area called Pacific Paradise. There were actually people then that were stranded in their cars, they were stranded in their houses, and the water came up so fast that they couldn't even drive out of their small town to get out of there. On the way, sometimes you might think about it. What am I going to? I'm going to be winched down into floodwaters. How fast are they going to be? Am I going to be winching people out clinging to trees? So there is certainly an anxiousness and a nervousness. We got into Pacific Paradise. It was just this small town, but it was just completely flooded. People on little lots of land waving at us for help. And we'd been tasked to a certain house that there'd been this elderly gentleman that was stuck in bed. I got winched down into the water and I had to wade through about 50 metres of flood water.
Hang on, can't hear.
I met rescue crewman Gary Craig and I followed Gary into the house. And there was a bed there with the gentleman in his 70s with his oxygen tube in his nose. And the water was literally lipping just an inch or two below the top of the bed.
You lift his leg and you hold him in that position.
At that stage, the water was still rising. We were very keen to get him out of there as fast as we could. We were in a situation that wasn't just his frailness and movement, it was also the frailness in his health.
What we'll do is, using his walker, we'll carry him to the front and we'll do a strop lift.
There was a lot of concern about how we were going to get this gentleman out of there.
His knees don't really bend. Gary is going to assist getting the hypothermic under his legs. Righto, mate, we'll set up for a strop.
With a real risk the lift could be fatal, Rick planned a strop winch, a homemade cradle that should minimise the trauma.
My plan was to put the rescue strop over his shoulders, and then we also have a strap we can pull underneath, and it picks the person's knees up and they come up in a seated position, and then winch him up from there. I was really trying to watch and see how his breathing was, and he was quite calm and relaxed, but I did notice the closer we got to the aircraft, I think his breathing was becoming a bit more difficult. It was actually very difficult getting him inside the aircraft because he was so frail. Once we got him inside the helicopter, straight away I was saying, let's get the oxygen on, let's get the oxygen on, to make sure that he could get that oxygen back flowing.
Thankfully, the old man survived his ordeal. The 2013 floods triggered the biggest evacuation in Queensland's history. More than 23,000 people were isolated, and sadly 4 died. For air rescuer Rick, it proved one of the most stressful times in his professional life.
Our aircraft winched over the 3 days about 30 people. We were called to a family stuck on top of the roof. That was really difficult, being winched down and seeing a mum with a baby. I had a 3-year-old daughter myself at the time, really tore at the heart. The 2013 floods will always stay with me. We were having to make what we felt were life and death decisions all the time. You had that good feeling when you'd rescue people and you'd help them, but then that feeling of when you were sent to tasks and you were told there might be people there or someone trapped in a car or clinging to a tree in the water, and when you couldn't find them, it was heartbreaking to then fly off and think that they might have drowned. And those highs and lows, that was a really emotional time.
When Mother Nature gets upset and cries floods of tears, some of us share the misery. In Brazil, floodwaters are ripping through Belo Horizonte, leaving this man clinging on for dear life. Incredibly, he's not the owner of this black car. Instead, he was the driver of the white van following. But having failed to jump to safety, he somehow ended up taking refuge on this roof. Amazingly, he eventually escapes with no injuries. Staying in Brazil, when heavy rains fall in Rio de Janeiro, it pays to approach the public toilets with extreme caution. You don't want to be caught short in one, as you may take an impromptu trip down the high street, much to the mirth of the locals.
Quem quiser ir no banheiro, a hora é agora, hein?
Whereas in Bangkok, Thailand, floods can flush out some unexpected hazards. This 10-foot boa constrictor needs to be handled with care because it can deliver a nasty nip. Maybe his mates will have more luck. In Boulder, USA, when floods hit, it's best to stay out of harm's way, not drive headlong into it, like this guy. With dirt bikes, the clue is in the name. They're built for dirt, not deep water. And sure enough, it doesn't take long for his folly to be ruthlessly exposed. As he hurtles on a scary water ride, he's forced to abandon his motorbike. This reckless rider may have saved himself, but his precious wheels have gone to bike heaven. We end up with a heartwarming story set in the horrors of flooded Germany. When the Rhine burst its banks, it left a warren of rabbits in a desperate plight. But thankfully, this Good Samaritan tirelessly scoops them all up. Although if he hadn't gone to their rescue, I suspect they would have been hopping mad.
Ich hab's! Ich hab es!
Mojave Desert, a hot, arid landscape not associated with rain. But on October the 15th, 2015, as Rhonda Trott, Kimberly Milovich, and a friend were returning home to Tehachapi, the elements were hatching a deadly surprise.
We were headed home from work. It was my week to drive carpool. There was 3 of us in a carpool. It was Ray, Kim, and myself. But as we were getting closer and closer to Tehachapi, we came up on the traffic and it was at a dead stop.
It was the most pounding rain I've ever heard. It was like hail balls. I thought it was denting her car.
Oh, hell no. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Here we go. Oh, my God.
I was sitting in the back seat of the car, and as I was looking out the right-hand window, I could see things starting to come down the hill. I just watched it until it finally dawned on me, oh my gosh, this is land coming at us. What is this? When it was coming down.
That's when I looked into my rear view mirror.
Is that when you looked? Oh my gosh.
No.
And I looked through the rear view mirror. I could see the road behind us filling up with water because there was nowhere for the water and the mud and the branches to go except where we were.
Oh my God, if we stay here, we're never getting out.
It was very surreal.
Whoa.
It was like land rippling, like a wave, like an ocean wave, but of land.
We're in trouble now. Oh my God, we're gonna start floating in a goddamn minute.
It was just terrifying, though, once I realized what it was. I thought, oh my gosh.
With very little vegetation to bind the desert soil, a sharp 1.5-inch downpour had triggered a catastrophic mudslide.
It's coming across the freeway.
Coming across the freeway in front of us.
Right in front of us.
A portion of the mountainside was now threatening to submerge their car.
It was just a lot of water. I thought maybe it would just kind of drain down the freeway, but it didn't. It got stuck, and as it got stuck and channeled there, it just started rising and rising, and we could see out our car that it was up to the bumper of the car next to us.
Oh my God, this car is gonna hit us. Oh my God!
Oh, we're floating! We're floating! God damn it!
And then next thing you know, you could see that we were floating.
We're floating! Oh my God! God damn it! Oh my God!
It didn't take long at all, maybe 30 seconds, if that, before it hit the freeway and we started floating. It was pretty fast.
I can't even.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I had just bought that car a week and a half prior.
Oh no, this is not good.
At first, I was just worried about my car because I didn't think it was going to get that serious.
We're gonna hit. We're gonna hit.
It didn't really hit me until we started floating around and playing bumper cars.
Oh my God!
The mud and everything was literally window height.
Oh, this is awful. This is scary.
You can see me with my hands on the wheel still, like I had some sort of control and could somehow get us out of this. It's ridiculous.
Oh my God!
I'm scared.
Well, as we were floating and spinning and hitting, all I remember really is just all of us being scared and cussing a lot.
I think if we got out of the car, we'd get killed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we're not getting out of this car.
There's not a thing we can do but sit here.
The water was going over the hood of the car. It was like being in boats on a rapids. You're just going to bang into each other. We absolutely no control over the situation.
I remember thinking, oh man, are we going to make it out of here?
Oh, look at that camper over there.
Oh my God.
He's going to go over the edge.
We thought as we were getting close to the barrier that we were going to go over and the car was going to flip over and we were going to die there.
Guys, you need to call someone.
I will never forget that. It was really intense.
The massive Mojave mudslide dumped 7,500 cubic yards of sludge, the equivalent of 23 Olympic-sized swimming pools. In places it lay 6 feet deep, ensnaring around 200 vehicles. As for Rhonda's brand new motor, it ended up encased in a muddy tomb.
It was about a week later when I finally got to see my car because it took them so long to dig everything out. The outside was just totaled. I mean, there were branches and mud sticking out. And of course, the engine wasn't going to work ever again, clogged with mud and debris. But yeah, the car was a total loss.
Some people think they can take on deadly weather, but end up biting off more than they can chew. And when things go badly wrong, in Utah, USA, this guy reckons he can clear the famous Pyramid Gap while doing a backflip. Words don't do justice how painful that must be. But more miraculous he walked away unharmed. In Moscow, Russia, when there's a carpet of snow, the locals get their kicks from snow tubing behind a car. It all may seem like a jolly good laugh, but there's a very solid reason why this isn't advisable. And that is this very solid tree. Moving to warmer climes doesn't make sliding any safer. Sand surfing can be a novel and fun activity. But not if you park your vehicle in the line of fire. His son was incredibly lucky not to be the meat in the sandwich. Hawaii, USA. And this guy is at a spot immortalized by the film, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And just like that farcical comedy, it's an excruciating watch. A flip turning into a full-on belly flop that knocks him out stone cold. If ever there was a cautionary tale not to show off to your mates, this is it. Back in Utah, seemingly home to the spectacular snowy wipeouts. For some inexplicable reason, this guy points his skis straight off a cliff and into a tree. For him, there is no lucky break as he snaps his pole, both skis, bindings, and his leg, putting an end to his silly stunts for a good while. In this episode, we've seen Mother Nature flex her mighty muscles. We've seen how helpless we can be. We've seen her tear down, destroy, and laugh in our faces. And next time there will be more, because deadly weather stops for no one.